Hello and welcome. This is first lesson about Great Arcana cards, and I want to show you a method that was probably used 200, 300 years ago, how to learn to read tarot cards. This method is the mostly probably the only one that existed in that time, and this was one person had knowledge and student who wants to teach tarot, doesn't have any book, can't find any book because there is no written books in that time about tarot. There is no deep secret codes, informations that will reveal tarot cards. There is only one thing, and this is teacher who already used the cards, and he can teach person only through stories, through meanings, and through examples. And this is exactly what we have here. Now, of course, I don't want to have any mystification or any deep and complicating stories. I want simply that you understand that only one way to learn to read tarot is through examples, through practice. Watch how one person do and then do it by yourself and put something your personally into that, and you will have a good recipe. Because copy paste is not a method of through which you can learn to read tarot cards. You can't just copy paste my work. That's not possible. So let me start. We will now create a question. Let me say, tell us, tarot, how people study tarot 300 years ago. So we want that tarot tell us in the question how people who were interested in tarot, how they were studying, how they learned to read tarot cards. So let me shuffle the cards. We are using only Great Arcana cards, of course. We will shuffle cards very well. Question is how people learn, study tarot 300 years ago. In which way they got the all necessary informations. Let me see what the cards will show. That's the question. We'll pull 3 cards. Now, because these 3 cards are for the question that is in the past, all 3 cards will be answer. This card leads to this card, and from these 2 cards we go on this card. So this is a final card, but we can't say that this is only final answer. All 3 cards are final answers. So let me see what we have. First card is Temperance. Now we know that this card has specific, for example, keyword meaning or something like that, but that's not how we do reading, and that's very important. Keyword is only main idea, something that can help us to do the reading. So for example, in this case, temperance is, of course, temperance, balance, combination, or something like this. You see, we need to understand this very significant and important thing. Keywords will not help us to understand to read cards. They will help us to be guided to draw the right information, to get the right message. But the keywords by themselves will never give complete answer, because in that case this would be like programming language. You know, you have A, B, and C. And C repeat 10 times in the program. And you have C, 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 C. And then you have B and A. What I want to say is that Tarot has its own language. And this language is language of symbols. This language is so rich that with only these three cards we can write a book. So this is a very big thing. It's not a programming language where we just have a command and execution. So a key word is programming. It helps us to understand tarot on a logic level. This card has this key meaning, this card has this key meaning, this card different. But we can't just say, this is it. No, we will use this only as some kind of ideas for something deeper. This is just a guidance. And there is the language of the tarot that will help us to understand everything. So in this case, we have a question, in which way, that is how people 300 years ago, how they were learning tarot, how they study, how they mastered this technique. So first card is the Temperance. What we see here is we see the angel. And the angel will always give first insight, purity, high knowledge. There's no sins, clean heart, clean energy, something that is not material, that is above us human beings. And then we will watch what is on this card. We see the wings, so we know that this is heavenly. It's not earthly. This angel has something that is far above our material level. This is knowledge, this is a different vibration, energy, okay? Next thing which we will see, and which is very important, the main thing, the main objects are these two cups. Now, because we know that cups here represent emotions, but also knowledge, and also represent feminine energy, we need to understand immediately that this main picture is telling us something about taking from one toward another one. So how can we connect this with our question? Well, of course, water from one cup goes into another one. What does this mean? Well, we can watch it in this way. Mouth to mouth. So from my words into your ears. Knowledge go from one toward another. But what also this mean? This can also indicate, because I see here the triangle, so I see that card is trying to say that this angel is pointing that knowledge is going from one person toward another person, but also that God, collective unconsciousness, as you like, is submitting knowledge through cards toward every person in a special way. So what does this mean? You will get the knowledge. You will receive the knowledge. You will receive all necessary informations. Now, maybe someone of you will say, this is a way you have a question and you just speak what you think is most normal about answering that question. And this is true. You see, we are not cheating when we do this. The question is the most important thing in tarot. When we ask the question, we have direction. So let me say programming, coding. Question is order. Write me this program. Tarot is coding language. And then I am computer, who will interpret this so that one human person can understand the client. Now, why I speak about this? Because as you see, keyword is something that always is the same, but the question is always different. And every time interpretation of the card will be different. And what we will do, we will use the language of the symbols, which we will read connected to the question. So we don't speak what we want to speak. We are not choosing what story we like the most. We are focusing on the main energy of the card, but we are connecting this with complete use of symbols and details that are on the picture, on the card, in direction of the question. So when we watch in this way, we can easily understand that this angel is trying to say that this knowledge is given from one person toward another person, but with strong guidance from the heaven, from the God, from the universe, from the angels, from the conscious, collective unconscious, which mean you get the knowledge, but you need to have the gift to read this, to understand this. It means only talented person, only the person who has open third eye, that is intuition, can read and understand this. Why I speak this? Because many people will try to learn this, but on this long road they will fail. And only person who are balanced, who are and on earth and in emotions, in connected with feminine energy and the masculine energy opposite. The water is woman, the land is man. So person who is in balance, right and left side of the brain. Why I speak this? I speak this because in those old times, when people didn't have complete knowledge and clarity about how world works, and I don't think that basically it's so different than today, but okay, in those times maybe 30 people will try to learn tarot and only maybe one of them will succeed, because this person who has the knowledge, because this is upper hand, I have the knowledge, he is the same as this one. He doesn't know how he read everything, because probably this person doesn't do big introspection, neither this one, but he know that he knows something, and he is trying to give everything what he understood in the way how he can explain. And probably this will be something that will be full of superstitious and religious and traditional approaches and very interesting forms, but will give this knowledge, will contain the truth, and this person here who will receive the knowledge will interpret this in other way, passive way, because this is active way, I'm giving you, this is passive, I'm receiving. This person will receive the knowledge, pay attention on this leg, it's in the water, will receive this, and this knowledge will enter into his brain. He will memorize all these experiences, but only his own intuition will allow him to use this knowledge for himself. So, many people who doesn't have good intuition, who doesn't have talent, in that time will receive the knowledge and will only be passive listener who will not use the knowledge. Only the intuition, only the God, how people in that time will explain this, only the chosen one will be able to receive this. So there was a mystification that tarot is only possible to be learned by some special person, seventh daughter of seventh mother in you know how this go, you know, my mother was seventh child, I'm seventh child also, you know, I'm special. The thing is that that was superstitious. So you see, it was not possible to get this knowledge from keyword, but when we connect on the reading, then we understand. And pay attention here. This card shows purity. So tarot is trying to say, even that you see this grass, even that all these things are full of dirty, full of confusion, full of mess, the path is clear for the chosen ones, for the gifted ones. Tarot is also trying to say that every person can learn this, but needs to take a long road toward the clarity, toward the knowledge, but he needs to make action, and the action is here in the head, in the intuition. But because many of people will not have knowledge how to do this, will not even try, will not even understand this, only the chosen ones will do this. So we finished the first card. Now let me go on the second card. This second card is very interesting because we have the lovers. Lovers, they have a, let me say, very normal meaning, if you understand what I want to say, because keywords will be relationship, personal beliefs, values, sexuality, definitely related to emotions. You know, something that is very ordinary, if I can say. But pay attention here. What Tarot is doing here. Tarot give us again angel. So Tarot give us in both pictures angel. This angel is different than this one. This angel is showing that he is in the sky, in the clouds. There is sun behind him, so this is trying to represent the God, the knowledge, go through the angel, and the angel is giving the knowledge. You see the hands. I have open hands. It means I am completely ready to give you all knowledge. I don't hide anything in my hands. Very interesting. And then what we have here. What is this? We know what is this, of course. Two naked people. What's this behind? Bible. It's Bible. This is an angel who is trying to give us also another message. I am the angel who protect Eden. Now, of course, in the Bible, angel who protects the Eden has the sword and definitely is not showing open hands. Okay, but okay. In any case, what I want to say here. Tarot tried to say us something especially about this question, tried to give us the knowledge and try to explain some things. Now, first thing that I will say is that Tarot is trying to say that tarot is not just for men or just for women. So because of this, I see why the tarot choose naked people here, so everyone can receive the knowledge. This is very important because today there is a kind of opinion, 70-80% of tarot readers are women. And probably maybe this is true. But on another side, first, people who were writing about tarot, I would dare to say that only in last 50 years women are taking advantage in this. They, of course, probably in all times, bigger number of tarot readers were women, but still somehow the main population, main gender that was giving the knowledge about tarot was men until now. Okay, so what is this? Tarot is trying to say us something about that time. Again, remember, we do the reading for the question. The question is how people learn tarot 300, 200, 300 years ago. We have the snake and the tree. We know this from the story. Eve took the fruit from this tree, ate, gave to Adam, and then the story begins. The snake was cursed. Snake represents evil. Tree is not evil, only the snake is evil. And the woman and man didn't respect the God word, and they make the sin. Oh, very good. Thank you, Tarot, because you told me that in that time it was very hard to learn Tarot because it was sinful. In that time, religion was very important. And people who were studying Tarot were probably in big problem if some priest find the Tarot cards, So you could be accused for worshipping of the devil. Very bad situation. You will be in same issue like Eve and Adam. So we understand this. Then we understand also another thing. Tarot is trying to say us why this is the problem. Because the person wants to understand the future, wants to climb on the top of the mountain to be closer to the angel, closer to the heaven. Pay attention. Same story as a Babel tower. This is sinful, and this person think, if I have this knowledge, I will be closer to heaven. I will be able to understand more than others. I will know what's the future. I will know what will happen. I will know what to do, what to avoid. This is another tree of knowledge. You see, when God say, let we throw out from Eden Adam and Eve, because they ate from this tree. Because if they ate from this tree, they will become as us. They will become as me, as God. Tarot try to say that main idea, main approach is that Tarot is giving you something that is far away, big than ordinary knowledge. And that this knowledge is this tree of knowledge. So that you can have knowledge and everything else. Now, of course, Tarot is trying to say this story to represent that this is not so easy. So as we see here, how this starts. Very interesting. angel, 2 cups. Those 2 cups became those 2 people. But you see one thing, this mountain here is far away, but this one is much closer. This is very important, very important. Now, what else this card is trying to say? Card tried to say that knowledge that people have will be about tarot will be intuitive by their experiences and by their readiness to turn off their own opinions and to speak more intuitively. Why I say this? They are naked. They speak what they think. They don't hide. They are open to speak. They are open to receive, and they are open to give. Very important thing. You see, this now is something that can help us today to learn more about tarot. You see, tarot is trying to explain that basically this road is exactly this kind of situation. Those people in that time and we today, we need to understand. Also, knowledge about tarot is intuitive language, language that we speak through our own heart. We use the knowledge, we use the gifts of the God, of the universe as intuition, but we are also ready to speak about this without of any blockage in ourselves. So what does this mean? You first need to get to know yourself, to introspect yourself, to know the world, how world works, which means that in that time people were using psychology without of knowing that they use psychology, people who were doing the readings. They wanted to listen stories, what happened, what examples are in love, in career, in work, in every aspect. They were trying to learn as much as it is possible about people, human behavior, about everything. Now, someone will say, oh, you want to say they were cheaters, they were using cold reading. Yes, of course. In that time, many of these tarot students were trying to use pretty, I would say, sinful ways because of the snake, okay, to give very good reading. What I want to say here, in that time, person will understand main things about the cards, but because of lack of knowledge, probably will use psychology, cold reading to add more knowledge, to add more information in the reading. And only one thing that was helping them was that if they were very open to intuition, probably they will choose the right story. So people were very close, they were very close to the knowledge, but still, you see, between this peak of the hill up to the clouds, there is space. So they can't reach everything. Why I speak this? I want to say again that tarot was still something that was unclear, something that was used by different people in different ways, and many times it was hidden behind superstition, mythology, cold readings, and bunch of other things. And as we see, there was a very big pressure on tarot readers because it was forbidden, it was sinful, it was bad, it was negative. So you see, a big book from these 2 cards. And then we go on the next card, the Chariot. Now, when we watch the Chariot is completely different. Now, first thing that I will say is why the chariot is different, why tarot choose this card that is different than these two others. Now pay attention on one thing. On this card we have journey. We have also information about final destination of the journey, and then we see the chariot will of course represent with the keyword main thing, and this is of course journey, that is victory, will, control. Why control? Because of this. Why control? Because if someone watch carefully, will see that this person is not controlling by the in physical way those two things, but the thing is that there is a control because they are there and they are leading him. We see that she's going in one direction, this one is in another direction. But who is this? Who is this? Very significant coincidence. When I watch these two wheels, I will say these two wheels. I will say, these are two wings. You know. When I see this star, I will say, oh, this is same on the angel. But why I say this? Because you see here, triangle, and this. Very interesting. And then again, duality: two cups, two people, and then we have two swings. Now, why tarot choose this? Let me think logically. Let me apply to this. Now, this is a final card. How people study and learn tarot in that time. Okay. We see angel, two people, and then we got this. This is tarot. Now I'm so happy that I got this card, and I will explain. That this card speak everything. You see, the town behind try to say us entire knowledge, and this person achieved the triumph. Why I say this? Because he has intuition, he has armor, which means that he has experience, so practicing through intuition, and those two ones try to say me one thing. I receive knowledge from different sources. Main source, additional one, this is my personal. Which mean, in those times, people were usually probably gaining some kind of knowledge when they were buying cards, like here is main story, main information, something that you can easily to remember, and that's it. Everything else after this was up to them. Their intuition, their own clarity, their own wisdom, which mean by themselves. By themselves. Because probably many of them will not be even gifted any teacher. They will maybe get cards by themselves, and they will do everything by themselves through many mistakes, ups and downs. This is very important. Knowledge in that time was self-created. Only small piece of informations were given. Everything else person achieved the triumph by himself, by herself. That's the reason why these wheels, which represent hidden secret knowledge, okay, because they are stars here, okay, but why they associate me with the wings of the angel. I came alone here. Conscious, subconscious, as you like. Subconscious, conscious. and this symbol of angel. Only in this way I interpret this symbol, in that way. Please don't stick to other readings, okay? To use this, I just say because of the wings and this circle from the angel. That's the only reason why I say this, which try to say the one in that time, the one who wanted to learn needed to achieve entire process of studying by himself through the practice, big mistakes, until success. That's the reason why tarot choose me these two swings in this, with this card, because this go in this direction, this in this direction. But if you want to be the one who will make a triumph, will make the victory in your head, you need to control both of them to came on the top destination, and he succeeds. There are these moon symbol which try to represent the subconscious, the everything else. And of course, we see this, I will say, wand with fire energy behind this, especially fire energy, because passion is the number one thing. So let me now summarize answer. People got some informations from others, but main thing is intuition. In hard conditions, because of the religious and superstition and everything else, it was very hard. You needed to make victory first within yourself to achieve any positive changes in the studying. An entire process was very hard because everything was up to you. People didn't have any schools, didn't have any opportunity to learn everything except by themselves, alone. And this is the greatest truth, and this is the greatest value of the tarot, because he gave us these symbols. When I say tarot gave us, I mean that because tarot contains symbols that we have in our collective unconsciousness. So tarot gave us, I mean collective unconsciousness gave us these symbols, these tarot cards that we read in 100, 200 years in the beginning from many different people who maybe never had contact between them, but probably they have pretty similar way of readings. Up to the moment when first people started to record, to write down basic similar messages from all sides, and we got today modern interpretation of the tarot cards. So you really need to be genius in that time. That's the reason why the Chariot is chosen. You really need to be a genius guy to do this. Maybe you sometimes play cold reading, dirty way to get informations, ordinary, normal psychology, but still, and examples from the life. But still you were genius, because when someone came to you in that time and asked you, and you know, to tell him the answer, you are really like a god. It was very big thing. Those people were very genius. Probably not educated, probably bunch of them on the bottom of the society. Many people will say, usually gypsies in that time were using cards. But as we see, they were genius. Real genius. And that's the point. Today, to learn tarot is much easier because we have science, we have books, we have psychology, we have teachers, we have everything. And then we just need to devote time to study this. But this is the easiest, best way to explain how they were doing readings in that time. Yes, probably they watched someone how is he or she doing the reading, but that was probably 1, 2, 3 times, and that's it. Only in some cases, knowledge will be given from mother to daughter, from father to daughter, from father to son, mother to son. with big practice, but we wanted here to say not this kind of knowledge, or this type of transmitting knowledge. We asked about people who didn't have any knowledge about tarot, didn't have anyone who do tarot, how they learn tarot, and this is the way how they learn the tarot. So very interesting reading, and I hope that this will help you to understand how tarot works, and probably to question yourself how much we are blessed today, how today is so easy to study tarot. Thank you so much. Enjoying this reading. Try to practice by yourself similar questions. And of course, please subscribe, comment if anything is unclear. If you want any personal readings, you have my Fire Shop in the link under the video. Thank you.